What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite. Welcome to the Tactic Tester. This is a save in which I will be doing some tactic testing with some non-traditional tactics, some unique tactics, tactics that have a different shape or different roles that you don't see very often, maybe both. This is something I kind of like to do in my spare time, just try out different weird tactics and see if I can get them to work. They're not super weird in like the role, or the roles are sometimes weird. Some of the roles are, normal roles. A lot of times they're weird just in how they're played. The instructions will be pretty normal. Like, I think there are a core set of instructions that seem to just work very well in this game, so I'll still go with those, try to get the best out of the tactic. But I've gone for Leverkusen as the team to test this tactic with. I went through about all the teams in the top leagues, and Leverkusen seemed to fit it the best. So I'll be looking to get a top 2 finish, preferably, with Leverkusen. The board want Champions League, which is top 4. I want top 2. I want to beat Dortmund and Leipzig to the second place. I don't think I'm going to beat out Bayern Munich. Bayern are a giant in the Bundesliga. They're going to be near impossible to beat out in the league. So I'm more importantly looking for a top 2. If I can get second, I'll be very happy. I'll think this tactic will have gone well. But let's just get right into it. Let's show you the tactic. This is the tactic I'm going with. It is a 3-3-3-1. No midfielders, no central midfielders, but to offset that, I've been using inverted wingbacks. That's the whole reason I thought of this particular tactic. I wanted to use inverted wingbacks in the little bit more advanced position, and I wanted to build a team around them that kind of worked, and I think since I had them as higher forward wingbacks, I needed to use 3 at the back. So that's why I had to go 3 at the back. I didn't want to use a whole lot of central midfielders, so they had a lot of room to work into. And I know one defensive midfielder and one attacking midfielder works really well with a 4-1-4-1 or 4-2-4-4-1-4. 4-4-2 diamond. I know having an attacking midfielder and a defensive midfielder works really well with inverted wingbacks. So I wanted to use that, and then I needed a little bit of width, so I went with the wingers, and I've got my striker up top. I think it'll be good. Like, the inside forwards will move into this position, kind of create a 3-1-2-3-1, something like that. So it'll be interesting. Inverted wingers will cut inside. The wingers go forward. I've got the attacking midfielder on support, so he'll drop deep a little bit, help out defensively. I've still got him on roam from position, so he can, use all the space he's got to work into. He's got really good crossing, so I wanted to go out wide. He has 17 crossing, so I wanted to be able to kind of work his way out wide if he needs to. If he sees a gap to run through, to go out wide, to get to the byline, to put in a cross, he can do that. Got the defensive midfielder on defend. I wanted a position. I was thinking either that, deep line playmaker on defend, or ball winning midfielder. I'm still stuck between defensive midfielder on defend and deep line playmaker. I think I'm going to change it based on who's in there. Aaron Geese is more as a deep line playmaker on defend. He fits that role a little bit better. So I think that's what I'm going to play him as. When I have like Lars Binder in there, he's going to play as a defensive midfielder on defend. How I'll do it is if we're going against a much worse team, I'll play the deep line playmaker for sure. If we're going against a better team, and I feel like I need to be a little bit more defensively solid, I'll probably bring in Lars Binder and bring in a defensive midfielder on defend. So his job is just to sit in front of the back line, close down any players that are trying to attack the back 3, and just give a little bit of support. I think the deep line playmaker can do that too, but I think the fact that I have my attacking midfielder as an attacking midfielder and not a playmaker opens up the ability for me to use him as a deep line playmaker. So we'll see. I'll use a little bit of both, but that's what I'm going to start with. In terms of the instructions, I'm going on positive. Playing out of defense, working the ball into the box, running at the defense, extremely high tempo, standard passing directness. I thought about going shorter because I'll need time to get the inverted wingbacks to cut inside and really get in position to help build up the attack. But the fact we're so isolated, the front, it's basically 2 sets of attacking or defensive players. You got the attacking 4, then you have the defensive 6. So I think we'll need a little bit more directness to our passing to be able to close that gap. So I've gone with standard passing. I'm going to stick with that for now. I feel like I need to change it to shorter or even longer. I doubt I'll have to go longer, but I think if I might need to change it to shorter, I'll change it. I've also gone with low crosses because Patrick Schick is not the biggest player. He is 6'2", but he's not the best in the air. So, and he's pretty quick, so I like to use that with low crosses. Low crosses, I think, are just typically better than normal crosses. I seem to get more success with them. In transition, we're counter-pressing and countering, and I'm distributing to the center backs. Out of possession, much higher line of engagement, but a standard defensive line. I struggle sometimes using a higher defensive line with a 3 at the back with an offside trap, just because it's harder to play an offside trap if you have more players on the back line. Obviously, there's more players that have to be in, cohesive with each other in the same kind of movement, so they move together. So I prefer not to use an offside trap if I can avoid it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm going to stick with the standard defensive line for this one. Plus, I don't have the most pace. Sven Bender's not super fast. Ta and Tapsoba are decently fast, but none of them are exceptionally fast. So I'm going to standard defensive line, much higher line of engagement, extremely urgent, prevent short goalkeeper distribution and get stuck in, and force opposition outside. In terms of the set pieces, defending corners looks like this. My best defensive player in terms of heading is at the near post, center. My second best is at the defending near post. Third best is defending the far post. And then the fourth best is defending this. Actually, this will change depending on who's in there. I might change it because Aaron Geese is not the best header. He's only 5'7". So I might put Schick in there when I'm playing him. But when Lars Bender's in there, he's a good header. He's a good header of the ball. He's like 6'1". Good bravery. So the fourth best header will be here at the center. Same on both sides. The attacking looks like this. What I use is basically all my tactics. Cross to the near post. Your best header lurking at the near post. Your second best attacking. Your striker attacking the far post. Your third most physical player really, marking the keeper. Your best outside of the box in terms of passing and long shots, lurking on the edge of the area. And then the last player just goes attacking the edge. And then whoever you have that's good at crossing can go as a short option. They typically don't use it very much, but it brings out a defender sometimes. And usually that defender comes from the near post. So it opens up just a little bit of space at the near post. And if they don't bring a guy in, if the ball gets headed out, it can sometimes go to the attacking midfielder that's down there. So that's the same on both sides. And then I'm doing a little bit something different. I'm trying to test something with throw-ins because long throws don't work anymore. I seem to give the ball away more than anything else doing long throws. So I'm going to try to do short throws. Throw it short to my most creative player. Got great crossing, great passing, great technique, great dribbling. Well, okay dribbling. And then I'm not sure how I'm going to do this in terms of players in the box. Usually on a long throw, I'd have a player attacking the near post, lurking at the near post and attacking the near post. But since it's going to be a short throw-in, I'm just going to have them going forward and having just the striker attacking the far post, one player attacking the edge, one player lurking outside, 2 players back, at least 2 players back. So that's what I'm going to try, see if it works. It's going to be testing for this because obviously throw-ins have changed. So we'll have to test it. I think that's about everything. I'm going to bring in one player. I've got a little bit of money, 11 million with a little bit in the wage budget. I've got my eye on one player that I'm pretty sure I'm going to bring in. I'm pretty sure that's going to be Dominik Livakovic. I think we could use a little bit of improvement at goalkeeper. Hradeki's fine. He's got 17 reflexes, 17 one-on-ones, 16 throwing, 15 rushing out. But it's his 12 aerial reach, 11 anticipation, 10 positioning that I'm just not huge on. I'm kind of 12 decisions are a little bit questionable too. 12 composure. I'm just worried he'll make mistakes and he'll be poor on set pieces and be out of position a lot. So I wanted to bring in a better goalkeeper, and goalkeeper is one of the only positions I thought I could improve the team on with $11 million. So I mean, you're not going to find many center backs that are going to improve on the Leverkusen squad with $11 million. I found one that would have been okay, but I wanted to give Tapsoba a try. I think he could be pretty good. He's a really good ball player. He's a good penalty taker. So he's somebody that would be nice to have on the pitch. He's tall and he's ball playing. He's a pretty well-balanced player. He's the only thing that lacks is concentration, which is important, but I'm going to see if he can do all right. And I want to give Ta a chance. And Sven Bender is just really good. 18 tackling, 15 marking. He's a really good center back. He's not the best in the heading department or the speed, but as a wide center back, I don't think his heading's going to be quite as important. So I think he'll be fine there. It's just a ball winner. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to advance to the game against our second 11. I'm going to play that just so you can get a look at the formation from both our side and the opponent's side, since we'll both be playing the same formation. So we'll get a little look at the formation. In terms of mail, this is what I want to show you. They did want us to qualify for the Champions League, which is top 4, reach the semifinal of the DFB Pokal, reach the semifinal of the Europa League. I'm aiming for a top 2 finish. I don't really care about the DFB Pokal, but I want to win the Europa League. If I can do both those things, I think this will be a success. I think the tactic will be good. I will classify it as a good tactic if we can do that. So those are my goals for the save. Let's advance to the game against the second 11. I did get rid of Aaron Geese as a captain. I wanted both the Benders to be the captains. So I made both the Benders the 2 captains. I took it from Aaron Geese, and he's a little bit upset. See if Bellarabi can fix it. No. And he's fine. It's fine that I came to talk to him about it, so that's good. I was kind of worried about that, but seems like it'll be alright. Oh, wait, why do I have my... I shouldn't have them handling contract negotiations. If I go to transfers and contracts... Oh, I do. I want to take control of that. Yeah, I don't know how that got set there, but I want to take control of contract negotiations for first-team players. It might be too late now. Ask Edvi to endorse a move. He doesn't want to do that. Okay. I'm fine with that contract, though. He's going to be an important player. That's fine for wages. I don't have to worry about future yearly wage rises or anything like that because this is a 1-year save. So that's a fine contract. Should be able to afford it. I did $6 million over out front, $6 million over however many years, and an extra little bonus based on if he gets to 50 games. It's a little bit cheating the system because obviously I'm not going to get to those future years that I'm paying, and he's not going to get to 50 games. But I didn't want to completely jip it and go like $2 million up front and do a lot of it over. Like I wanted to kind of make it a little bit even, leave me a little bit of money in case I need to do something in January. So let's advance to the game against the second 11. I'll see you when we get there. Here we are, ready to play the second 11. Let's get into the match preview in the dressing room. Go out there and show me what they got there. Your place is up for grabs. Have faith. Pretty good response for my first day. Let's get them on the field. See how we look. I want to change these. This should not be director. It should be TV. Or no. Is it TV? Yeah, TV. Key highlights. A little bit faster. Director. There we go. That's what I like to use. I might actually go extended highlights just for this game. Let's do extended highlights just to get a little bit better look at the tactic. They're going to start with the... which one are we? Yeah, we're black. Okay. I had to make sure we were the right ones. Diaby is the backup. Okay, so they're coming down our left-hand side with a nice block by... Is that Vindel? Vindel makes the nice block. Playing in positions they're not really comfortable with as being inverted wingbacks. I wanted the right side playing on his left foot and the left side playing on his right foot. So I've switched them around. They're not comfortable in the formation, in the positions, but they'll get used to it as the season goes on. By the end of the season, they should be fine, so I'm not too concerned. As Diaby steals the ball, and he's going to go down this left-hand side. Diaby's a pretty good player. I'm excited to use him. Like, if he was right-footed, I would start him over Bellarabi, but he's left-footed, so he has to be the backup to Bayer. So that's unfortunate, but what can you do? He's going to be a great backup, so if I get any injuries to Bayer, we'll be just fine on the left wing. Right wing's a little bit more of a question mark, but I think we'll be all right on the left wing. Bellarabi, I'm not too sure about, but he almost provides an assist right off the bat, a ball across the schick, but he crushes it over. It's been a pretty even game so far from the two teams. We've got a pretty strong second team. Like I'm happy with the depth of this team. Got plenty of options at defensive midfield, plenty of options at attacking midfield. As Bellarabi goes for goal again. Well, goes for goal. And it is saved. We've looked the better team so far. We've looked pretty strong. So far, I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing from the tactic. I want to see a little bit more from the inverted wingbacks. I want to see some more plays built from the back just to see how the inverted wingbacks do. That is an offside goal. Ta, I believe, was offside. Was it Ta or was it a defender in the way? I think it was Ta. Yeah, Ta's slightly off. Everybody's going to be great for us from set pieces, though. He's a great set piece taker. Just a wonderful dead ball guy. So he's going to be huge for us. So he's pretty much one of the first names on my team sheet just because of that set piece ability. But we're going to look like we're going to try a counterattack here. I have Bailly as the guy to kind of get on the ball and the kind of, when it gets cleared like that. He's probably the best on the ball. There's a ball across in there, but whoever 10 is kind of let up at the end. Bellarabi wasn't a lot of space, but he kind of let up there. If he continued to hustle to the far post, he might have been in position for a tap in, but not quite. I really want to see us build from the back because I want to see these inverted wingbacks in action. Like they're the entire reason I built this tactic was to play with inverted wingbacks in that position. Hopefully we can win the ball here and kind of go on a little bit of an attack. We've looked strong defensively so far. I was kind of worried about having not a whole lot of players in the middle of the park defensively. Like offensively, I think we'll be fine with the inverted wingbacks, but defensively, I was a little bit worried. I don't know why he boots it long there. He's going to be offside. So I've told him to distribute to center backs. So I want to build it up from the back using these inverted wingbacks. That is almost an own goal, but not quite. They've had a little bit more of the possession recently. I haven't really been able to see us build out from the back, and it looks like I'm still not going to be able to. Visor's going to get to that. Put it out to Amiri, who's a pretty decent set piece taker himself. Decent backup option for Demirbay. And I've got the youngster Florian Wirtz, who I've called up from the under-19 squad. He just looks like he can have a lot of potential. I've seen him in the future, and he gets really good. So I want to use him a little bit this series. It'll probably only happen like in cup games, something like that, or games against teams that are just absolutely awful. But I want to get him a little bit of football just to see him. I'm probably never going to use Leverkusen again in this game, so I want to get a good look at him just to see how good he is. I don't know if I'll use him ever again. I'm looking for standards to be set in these friendlies, and you're not meeting them so far. The second half must be a lot better than that. We need to get a goal. We've about created 1 XG, but we don't have a goal to show for it. I was worried about this not having enough attacking options in this. Like, okay, we're finally going to see a little bit of build-up, but of course, the end of the highlight. I was looking forward to seeing that, but we're not really getting any highlights on extended highlights, so I'm going to change it to comprehensive. I want to see a little bit more of this game. I want to see the build-up from the back. Like, we've gone like 20 minutes without a highlight on extended. Like, that is historic levels of not doing anything. I don't know what that is. Like, I hate when they don't listen to your instructions. Like, I'm telling him to pass to center backs. Build from the back. Like I have build from center backs. I have, passed to center backs on, work the ball into the box, all that. But it seems like they just ignore it, which is really frustrating. But I don't know. I guess you don't get to see it very often when they actually listen to it. But Diaby goes flying down the field, but a nice save by Herdecki. Looked like he was going to get penalized there for a second. Looked like he was going to get dropped, but not so much. Here we get to see a little bit more build-up, and we get to see Bailly get injured. That is not ideal. Let's immediately take him off. I don't know how anyone that can play there on my bench. Sarpe or Onur. Are either of them left-footed? Sarpe, you are... Doesn't even say. Does it say somewhere and I don't see it? No, it doesn't say. I'll have to click on him. You are right-footed. Then Onur, you are left-footed. Okay. So Onur can play there. He's going to come on for Bailly. Don't want to risk him getting injured in the game against the second 11. The result's not that important, so just doing it for get a look at the tactic. So as we almost score, hit the post, and Bellarabi can't put the rebound in. I've not been super impressed with it so far. Like, I want to see some more from the build-up. Like, from here, it looks pretty good. Like, the fullbacks are cutting inside. The wingers are getting the ball. They're doing a little bit of overlapping, too, the fullbacks. So you get a little bit of everything from them, but They just keep kicking it long. Maybe I do need to go to shorter passing. Like, they just keep doing these long balls, and I want to see a build-up. I want to see a slow build-up from the back. I do have higher tempo on, just because I want them to be decisive with the ball. I don't want them being conservative with the passing. I want them to be very decisive, going forward with forward passing, but I want it to be shorter passing. Shorter, forward, aggressive passing. I don't know, maybe that kind of contradicts itself, but I've seen it work before, so I want to see it work again. I think it can work. I think it should work. And if they listen to my instructions and play it out, I'm going to change it to shorter passing just to see the rest of this game, how it works. Go to shorter, just to see how it looks. See if it looks more like what I'm looking for. If we're even going to get a highlight. Gone about 5 minutes out of the highlight on extended highlights. Or comprehensive highlights even. We finally have another highlight here in the 86th minute. Dimmerby to start with it, to Aaron Geese, to Vindel, who they're playing a lot wider than I thought they would be as inverted wingbacks. Like, they're not... Arias is central. That's the position I've been looking for him in. But the right-sided fullback is getting pretty wide. I do like the left side cutting in there, though. Puts him in a good position to be able to get those interceptions, get those attempted clearances. Gosh, I really want to see the build-up. I'm just going to watch the rest of this game. The last 4 minutes, I'm going to watch the whole thing. Full match. I want to see the build-up. I want to see how the inverted wingbacks and the defensive midfielder and the attacking midfielder and the wingers all contribute to play together. Like, I wasn't sure with them being two halves of a whole, a defensive half and an offensive half, how that interplay would be between them. I'm hoping with the shorter passing, it'll be a little bit better. They'll give them time to get up the pitch to kind of meet up with the attacking quadruple. Seems to be working pretty well for our second 11 right now. Jedvaj is going down the right-hand side. He must have been moved to right back. Palacios as the defensive midfielder. I don't know if he's playing deep line playmaker or defensive midfielder here, but he's in a pretty good position for where I want him to be. They get an offside. I want to build up from the center backs. Let's do that. Pass it to a center back, please. All right, good. Start from Bender, and he lumps it long. Gosh dang it. I don't know what to do. I'm telling him to do shorter passing. Like, that's fine. Now, probably need to pass it back, or he's just going to run at him and get tackled. Free kick at least, but I do have run of defense on. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. I just seems like run of defense works really well in this game. Like, I've had it on pretty much every tactic I've used, and it's worked really well in about every tactic I've used. But I don't know if it works well with this tactic. I want to see a little bit more passing play. Maybe I need to lower the tempo and take off run of defense. Which are two things that I pretty much always have. Like, kind of my ethos is to use those two things on this game. Because it seems to work. But maybe it doesn't work with this tactic. We'll see. I'll have plenty of time to test it. The whole point of this is a tactic tester. To test things, see what works, try to create a tactic that's a little bit different. This won't be the only series I'll do on this. I'll have other teams, other tactics. I can't guarantee when they'll be posted, when I'll have them recorded. But it just basically happens as I get the inspiration for it. Like, that's the whole reason I started this, was I had inspiration to do something like this. Because I had an idea for this tactic that I thought would be kind of cool and different, and I thought could be good. So, we've played decently well, really. We haven't gotten the goal, but we've had 18 shots, but only 4 on target. 2 XG. Maybe Schick's not the guy. Schick with only a 6.5. He had 18 shots, and he only put 4 of them on target. I mean, the wingers are both at fault for that, too, because they're pretty much our 3 attacking threats, are our striker and our 2 wingers. Our attacking midfielder is kind of our 4th option. He's not on attack, so I wanted him to be on support so he could kind of connect with the defensive line better. But I don't know. It's just not good enough in terms of putting shots on target. Maybe they just need to learn the formation a little bit more, learn the tactic a little bit better, and they'll start getting their shots on target. I don't know. That's why we play friendlies. Much improvement is needed ahead of competitive fixtures, that's for sure. Tapsoba, you played well. hands together. I'm very happy with their performance. Amiri's out 4 to 6 days. Bayi's out 5 to 7 days. That's fine. We've got quite a while till our next friendly anyways. Probably come back for the start of the season. I don't think I'm going to come back for this DFB Pokal game because that is an amateur team probably. General. Where does it say whether they're amateur or not? Professional. They're a professional squad at least. They're just not in the... Well, they're in Bundesliga 2. Okay. I said I'd never heard of them before, but they're in Bundesliga 2. Usually get like non-league sides in the first game of the friendly, of the cup, I mean. But we get a Bundesliga 2 team, so... I still think I'm not going to come back for that. I'm probably going to come back for Wolfsburg and Leipzig, the start of the season. Wolfsburg should be around a mid-table team. Leipzig are right up there with us. They're predicted third. We're predicted fourth. So Leipzig will be a good game. Wolfsburg will be a good look to see where we're at, really. If we're good enough to dominate these mid-table teams, or if we need to do a little bit more to change the tactic, to alter the tactic, to change roles, maybe change instructions. It's all a learning experience, but if you've made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. Links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.